getting the best prospects to chase after you instead of you having to chase after them. How many salespeople are out there just chasing it every single day? Look, I want to just give you one point here that is so vitally important. In fact, I wish you'd write it down and just memorize it. Whoever's doing the chasing has less power. Whoever is being chased has more power. And you see that in the world of romance. In fact, so many marketing ideas can be explained by using analogies that have, where you're talking about the dance of romance, so to say. I mean, from a male perspective, I can tell you that a lot of women instinctively know this. They know that, even if they want a man, some of the women I know personally, close family members, friends that I will not name. I don't want to embarrass them. No, I have a very close family member, and she told me that the very first time she met her husband, she just wanted to jump in bed with him immediately, okay? That's all she could think about, was she just wanted to jump in bed with him right away. But she did not do it. Instead, she held back. She played hard to get, so to say. She let him chase her. And I'm sure that there's plenty of exceptions of in the dance of romance world where that doesn't apply, but come on. Whoever is the one doing the chasing, that's a weakness. And prospective buyers sense that. And nobody wants to do business with somebody that's weak. We want to do business with somebody that is hard to get a hold of sometimes. The guru, there is a reason why the guru, for hundreds and thousands of years, the guru is always at the top of the mountain. So that, people are having to crawl and go through all of this effort to get to the guru. The guru could easily just be at the bottom of the mountain. Why are they at the top of the mountain? It's not because they're closer to God when they're up there. No, earlier we talked about those who pay money pay attention. So the best way that you can pre-qualify somebody is get them to spend money. Well, getting the best prospects to come to you is all about you creating a system that lets you sell some kind of a low-cost item. Let me tell you how we did it back in 1988. This was our very, very, very first major hit that we had. In 5 years, we did business with over 160,000 people, and this was back in 1988 when we got started. So the fall of 1988 through 1992, we brought in 160,000 customers, which that was before the internet now. So old-fashioned methods, advertising in magazines, doing direct mail. And we sold them a low-cost item. It started out just being $12.95. We upgraded it. We made it better. We kept improving on it. Towards the end, I think it sold for $39 or something like that. But that was the gateway. Somebody that wanted to be one of our customers had to spend some money. And what did they buy? They bought a proprietary system that we created that let them spend their money, and then they found out more about who we were and what we were all about. We told our story, and we did all the relationship building and all that kind of stuff. But we had a flow of customers coming into us that had spent money. So we and we were hard to get back. We were hard to get a hold of back then too. I mean, I think we opened the phone lines up for a few hours a day. Again, this is before the World Wide Web, before the internet exploded and all of that. But we were hard to get a hold of, so that when people did get a hold of us, they appreciated us. And the same thing applies today. The way that we teach our clients with our structured selling system that we have, it's a process that is carefully designed. It's not that complicated. There's not a lot of moving parts to it, but it does take some training to understand it and appreciate it and to use it correctly. But by the time the people get a hold of you, if you're using our system the way we teach it, they are extremely grateful to be getting a hold of you. In some cases, they've been trying to get a hold of you for a while and have been unable. That we do stuff like that on purpose sometimes. We want to know who's the most serious people. So we make ourselves a little hard to get a hold of. When people get a hold of us, they appreciate us. It's a system of, you could say, I call it the dance. It's a dance. We certainly could make it very simple, very easy. But you see so many salespeople out there, they carry their phones with them constantly. They're so easy to get a hold of. They give people all this contact information. They want to make it so simple and so easy for people to get a hold of them and do business with them. And they think that they're doing the right thing. But the truth is, they're not doing the right thing. The right thing is to make it harder for people to get a hold of you sometimes. To make yourself to be the expert. Listen, simple idea, okay? Simple idea. Assisted selling. That's all part of our formula that we teach with our stay-at-home and sell method. It's all about assisted selling so that you're not chasing after prospects. You've got somebody setting appointments for you. Now, will that cost you extra money? Yes. Absolutely. Of course it will. There's cheaper ways to do it, but yes, it will cost you more money to have somebody setting appointments for you. Do you have to do it? No, but I think you should. I know that it's like night and day, the difference between just calling somebody up. Look, here it is. If you need people to appreciate you and respect you. And if you're too easy, and I'm not talking about sexual analogies here, okay? But if you're too easy to get a hold of, if you're the one chasing after them, the positioning is all wrong. So there was a time when I used to sell without an assistant. And I would just call prospects up. And I've always been known as the Blue Jeans Millionaire to my clients anyway. I'm just an average person and I don't try to pretend like I'm anything that I'm not. And so I would just call prospects up and it's hard to get a hold of people sometimes these days, and people don't always return phone calls. People don't always check their voicemail, yada, yada, yada. And it was frustrating, just so frustrating, calling people up. Then I met and hired and am now working with I have a sales assistant now that sets up all my appointments for me. And she's great at what she does, and she doesn't work cheap. If you pay peanuts, you get monkeys for employees or staff members, okay? So Marilyn doesn't, she's really good at what she does, and she's well compensated for it. But it's like night and day. It's the difference now between, when I was doing it without somebody setting up all my appointments for me, and now it's, oh my God. I cannot even begin to tell you the difference. But it's all about positioning. It's about power. Now when I get somebody on the phone, they're a great respecter of my time because Marilyn tells them, look, you've got 15 minutes with him. You better use it wisely. Make every minute count. This is all part of her presentation as she sets the whole sale up for me. Make it count. You got 15 minutes. Don't talk about the weather. Don't talk about, prepare in advance for what you're going to say. She helps set the stage correctly so that when I get that 15 minutes, if I had $1,000 for every time one of my prospects they say these words to me, they go, now TJ, do you mind if I ask you just one more question? Things like that. They say that, if I had $1,000 right now, for every time I hear that, God only knows how many millions and millions and millions of dollars I'd have because that's the way that people treat me nowadays when they have to have an appointment set just to talk to me. So look, if you're a salesperson and you're out there chasing it, that's a position of weakness. Nobody appreciates or respects somebody that's weak. You think you're serving people, but servants are weak. Your job is not to serve people. Your job is to be the trusted advisor, to be the expert, to be the guru at the top of the mountain, to be the one that is hard to get to, the one that when they do get to you, they appreciate, they respect your time, and they're saying the same kinds of things to you that they say to me every day. Hey man, you mind if I just ask you one more question? Or they say, I know how busy you are, Because it's all been set up in advance. Of course they know how busy I am. I tell them how busy I am. Marilyn tells them how busy I am. They all know how busy I am. They got 15 minutes to get the thing done with me. And, I mean, it might sound, I don't know how this sounds to you, but look, does your dentist just call you up? Does your chiropractor call you up? Does your lawyer or doctor ever call you up? No. Absolutely not. They have somebody else is setting that appointment so that when you get in to see them, you are dealing with a true expert. You need to do this too. It sounds like a lot of extra work, and yes, it is. Of course it is extra work. But it's extra money too. And people will appreciate you more, respect you more, end up doing more business with you. They'll be the ones chasing you instead of you chasing them. The power shifts, and ultimately, they'll get more out of the relationship. See, ultimately, this is not just about you. This is about them then getting more value out of doing business with you. They'll appreciate you more, respect you more, and they will benefit more through the relationship with you. So, thanks for listening to this. It's all about positioning. It's about power. Who's got it? If you're doing the chasing, you don't have it. Hope something I've said has helped. And if you're one of my clients, I'm very, very, very grateful for you. Thank you. And you're learning how to do some of these things. We're teaching you how to do it. If you're not one of my clients, you want to know more about who I am, what I'm doing, click on the link below. Thank you, and bye for now.